Let's go, family. This is how we fill our lives with miracles. Let's do it. Deep breath. Welcome to 243 in a 365-day marathon of A Course in Miracles, where we bring our minds to expanded awareness of our consciousness as the causative factor in our lives. Consciousness. And where we expand our conscious connection to source, our moment by moment connection to the forces that are in the upper world forces, Mother, Father, God, the saints, our ancestors, ascended masters, the angels and the archangels. All of these beings we now honor and give thanks to as an expression of source, the one life. And now we give our conscious awareness and attention to number 243. Can you imagine? 243. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm coming to you from Luxor, Egypt, and my time in Egypt is coming to a close. And wow! All I can say is wow. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. All right, let's dive into day 243. This is a delicious one. Today, I will judge nothing that occurs. Tell the mind, I will judge nothing that occurs. I'll be honest with myself today. I will not think that I already know what must remain beyond my present grasp. I will not think I understand the whole from bits of my perception, which are all that I can see. Today, I recognize that this is so, and so I am relieved of judgments that I cannot make. Thus do I free myself and what I look upon to be in peace as God created us. There's a story that I read the other day about a king who lived in Africa. And he was a wise and wondrous and benevolent king. And he had 6 wives, many children. And only his wives knew about the means that he was able to provide these elaborate feasts for all the people in his kingdom. Seems that he had never-ending food and he was blessed with prosperity and abundance. Well, it turns out that he had a drum that was a magical drum. And every time he beat the drum 3 times, no matter where he beat it or when he beat it, this drum had juju on it to create an abundant, elaborate feast. So as soon as you beat the drum 1, 2, 3, an elaborate feast would appear, and it would be more than enough for all of the people that were coming. And so every so often, the king would have this wonderful feast for all the people in the kingdom. They would come, and they were just so accustomed to the king's feasts and they were so elaborate and they had everything imaginable there. It's just amazing. And this king was just lauded for being so wonderful and so benevolent. Well, there was a tortoise who wanted the drum because the drum had juju on it, but he couldn't figure out how to get it. So one day, one of the wives of the king was out with her child, and she was walking toward the sort of like the river. And just before you get to the river, there was a tree. Now, the tortoise was up the tree and had shook in the tree and was now going to enjoy the fruit that fell from the tree. But when he got back down to the ground, the wife, one of the king's wives, had picked up the fruit and had given it, was sharing it with her child. And the tortoise just got all out of sorts. I can't believe you stealing my food, with the ulterior motive of, this is my opportunity. If I say that the queen, the king's wife, was stealing my food, he'll have to make amends because this is a serious issue and I can finally get my hands on the drum. Well, sure enough, he made a big stink. He said to the wife, I can't believe you're stealing my food, da 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 da. The wife said, I didn't know it was yours. It was on the ground and I gave it to my child. I was up there in the tree. You saw me come down from the tree, working so hard to get my food. You're stealing. I'll tell the king about this. And she was like, well, tell the king about it all you like. I'll tell him the truth as well, and we'll just see where it ends. Well, he goes and he gets his moment before the king, and he tells the king, just your wife, she still stole this fruit, my food. Can you believe it? Oh, he just made a big, 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 big stink. And since the king wanted to just make the peace, the tortoise, who knew about the juju that was on the drum, said, I want something to make amends for what happened to me, and I want your drum. And the king thought for a while, and he couldn't really see a way out of it, and he just was not happy. Yet it was a public case. He decides to give the tortoise the drum. Now, what the tortoise did not know, and what this has to do with our lesson for today, is that the drum also, in addition to having the juju on it, that whenever you beat the drum 3 times, all the food and all the just luxurious uh, feasts, like a seemingly never ending feast, would come forward. What he did not know is that if you step across a stick while you are holding the drum, you can never cross paths with a stick. You have to go around the stick or whatever. If you go over a stick, 300 warriors would show up and beat up everybody that was at the meal. Well, the tortoise didn't know about this part. So he decided that he would, use this drum. This is how much we don't know about the forces that we're tampering with. He decided he would use this drum so that he could up level himself and up level his station and whatnot, because he was just a lowly tortoise. So, of course, he called a feast. He called and invited everyone to his home for the feast. And he had all this food, elaborate food laid all over the place. And they could not understand how was lowly tortoise having such a come up in his life. And sure enough, everybody came, they were eating. But what the tortoise did not realize, of course, was the stick portion. And so, as he was preparing everything, he did cross a stick. There was a stick in his path, and he walked across it. And sure enough, it triggered the bad juju of the drum. And 300 warriors showed up and beat up everybody at the party, and no one could escape. And when he discovered that there was bad juju on the drum, including good juju, he ran back to the king. Oh my goodness, what did you give me? We're all beat up. My family's beat up. Everybody, where did these men come from? And what the king shared with him is that things do not always turn out to be what they appear. This is the world we are working in. We only see what our mind would let us see. We're not seeing all of it. We are seeing such a little aspect of truth that we really are not in a position to judge anything that occurs, whether a drum is good or it's not good. Well, if you only knew about the quote unquote bad juju that was on this drum, that if you step over this drum at any given time over a stick, 300 warriors going to show up and beat up everybody that's anywhere near this drum. And then after they beat up everybody, they disappear. But if you only knew about that part of the drum, you would say, this drum is a horrible curse. But then there was the good juju part of the drum, that every time you beat the drum, it fed everyone anywhere near the drum. So if you only knew about that part of the juju, you would say, oh, this is a wonderful drum. And what the Course is telling us is that we do not, in any circumstance, see everything. Just ponder that for a moment. At no point in time am I seeing everything. So, what basis is there to judge? I'm not seeing everything. I can't see that this juju comes with 300 warriors, but it also comes with food galore. And what activates what magic? So if you consider that that is the case with everything in our lives, we don't know the good and bad of everything in our lives, and we don't know how good it can get, and we don't know how bad it can get. We don't know. It's like somebody just put a drum in front of you. You don't know what this drum does, what it will bring you, or what grief it could cause you. We don't know any of that. So it would be wise, even humbling as it may be, it would be wise for us to not judge anything. We don't really know if this thing is good, not good, because it says, I will not think I understand the whole. Pardon me. I will not think I understand the whole from bits of my perception, which are all that I can see. We're only seeing bits. So, how can we make a judgment when we're only seeing bits? Okay. Maybe there's more to the story than I can see or know. Maybe there's more to this magic drum than just bringing me riches and accolades from everyone that I share with and making me look like a great person. Maybe there's more to this whole universe than what I'm seeing. And maybe I'm not going to judge any of it because I don't know what I'm looking at. Here is our prayer for today. Father, Mother, Source, Spirit, Jehovah, Allah, Olodumare, Dambala, whatever works for you. Today, I leave creation free to be itself. I'm not going to judge. Is this good? Is this not good? Is that bad? Is that good? Who are they doing it? What are they doing? What am I doing? Should we be doing this? I'm not going to judge any of it. Today, I leave creation free to be itself. I honor all its parts in which I am included. You are a part of creation. We are one because each part contains your memory. And truth must shine in all of us as one. Truth is shining in all of us as one. In all the bits that we're seeing, at least these bits do contain the memory of sorts. So if we go to higher mind, we will be able to have an expanded consciousness. And from this expanded awareness, we are now intuiting, this is beyond thought, this is not thinking. We are now intuiting into the appropriate directions to go, what to do, what will have the very best outcomes for you and all. And that is always shown to us through the intuitive knowing of higher mind. That is A Course in Miracles, lesson 243. I will judge nothing that occurs. I don't know what anything is for. I'm not going to make a call because I don't really know what I'm making a call about, right? I'm going to I'm going to not judge. I'm going to let creation be free to be what it really is. Amir Otto, Grand Rising gods. Some people want to be gods while struggling to be human beings because they fail to know that they are gods and the children of the Most High. Isn't that true? Absolutely. Now, family, I do want to say that these 243 days so far have been absolutely spectacular. We only have 122 more days. Commit yourself. Say, I'm going to be here every day. I'm going to take my life to the highest. I'm taking my life to the highest. And use these 122 days to take your life to the absolute stratosphere. Set your intention now. Make a decision and say, in these 122 days, my life is going to go to the stratosphere in every possible way, in finances, in health, in energy, in discovery. I'm on a grand adventure right now. No one ever told me I would be in Egypt for almost a month. I mean, if we were not doing this all together, all of us every day for 243 days, I probably would not have accomplished many of the things that I was able to accomplish this year in 2022. And I know it's the same for you. Would you leave us a story about it? Would you give us a story about it? Here's where you can go to give us a story about it. Could you go to valerielove.com? And when you get to valerielove.com, would you go? And it may not look like how it looks to you right now on this video because we're always changing the website. The website has changed considerably over the years. Yeah, if you go to valerielove.com and you click on coaching, because right now I am accepting just a few private coaching clients into my private coaching practice, which I don't normally do. I am doing that for just a very few because there is something very big churning in my spirit with regard to that. Our new witches start out soon in the Christian Witches Mystery School. And I'm going to do a little bit of private one-on-one coaching for people who are very, very, very committed and at the top of their game. So if you go to coaching with Valerie Love, you'll see what areas I coach around. You will see the client fees. You'll see your next steps. Now, if you go below that, and there's a client questionnaire that you can complete if you would like private coaching. Here is the client success stories. And what I would love to hear from you, if you can, would you give us your client's success story? Have you gotten coaching or participated in one of our programs, especially ACIM, any of them? Would you leave with us a success story? It just says share your success story. And when you click on it, it's just going to take you to a, let me make sure that this is coming up correctly. It's going to take you to a Google form, and that Google form will show you the three elements to include in your success story, a link to your deliciousness online, and your picture. And we're going to be doing a lot of promo. So you will absolutely get promo from this if you like. And this is also so we can understand more about how we can serve more people. What are the, you know, what feedback. Okay. So please give us that. It's at valerielove.com/coaching. And I'm going to put it also in the chat. I promised you yesterday that I would have that ready for you today, and it is ready for you today. So we are going to close our live stream and we're going to go into our our conversation on Clubhouse, ValerieLove.com/coaching, and it will take you right there to where you can leave us a success story, testimonial, or where you can share with us, or where you can apply for coaching as well. Either way, you can apply for coaching there also, or you can leave us your success story there. Love you. Mwah. Have a beautiful day. Peace. Kaisia. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow.